is up, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode brought to you by Backyard Zombie. I'm so sorry it has been about a month since I've actually put up a video on the channel. I've been very busy working on this project, which is a dream project for my channel, for my business, for Backyard Zombie. We have designed a mask, and when I say we, I mean a bunch of artists have come together and we've collaborated on a mask. Now, this mask is an accumulation of not only just regular design by our graphic artist Vince, 3D art, and 3D printing, but this will eventually become a product that I will be able to sell to y'all, which is going to be super cool. So let's start at the very beginning about how this design eventually became a mask. So let's talk about that. So back in 2023, yes, 2023, Vince and I were collaborating on a new logo for the channel. This is actually a fake mascot, if you will, that I was kind of inspired by Kevin Smith, because Kevin Smith likes to create fake logos and mascots for his movies, so he doesn't have to pay licensing and other mumbo-jumbo for his movies. So if you know who Mooby the Golden Calf is, this is kind of that idea. And my whole inspiration was like a ghost. I like Casper, I like sheep ghosts, and I thought the Happy Ghost, which is an original design by me and Vince, would be awesome to put on t-shirts or hide in plain sight in some of my short films. Now, we never actually did that because it just never happened. But if you actually go onto our store, which is in the link down description, we've been selling the Happy Ghost t-shirt and hoodie for quite some time. Megan has a sweater and t-shirt, and then our buddy Miles actually owns one of the really cool hoodies we sell. So you know what? Let's show off Miles' hoodie because he is a model and it's his first photo shoot. So let's roll that tape. The Happy Ghost is it's just so fun to look at. It has a lot of it's inspired by logos of other mascots. There's a little bit of Mooby in there. There's a little bit of like the Fallout guy in there, and it's a Happy Ghost because I love Casper. And if you've ever been or seen any of my videos, most of the time I have something ghost around, especially during Halloween time. I like sheep ghosts, especially back here in the studio. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheep ghosts, just like little figurines and stuffed animals. I have them, and I love ghosts. So I really wanted my mascot to be this cute little ghost, and we have different designs. We have different ways to put this on shirts or jerseys. Cause I think a hockey jersey would actually be really cool for the Happy Ghost. But like always, I just wanted more. So eventually, a couple of months ago, I said, Vince, I need you to take the face of the Happy Ghost and turn him like facing forward because I want to design a mask. So Vince designed this, and this is the Happy Ghost mask. And now we get to go through all of the trials and tribulations of turning a 2D image into a 3D image. So hey, I am not a 3D artist. I have no skill doing 3D sculpting. So what do? I go to Fiverr. This is not sponsored by Fiverr, but I actually have loved Fiverr for quite some time. I know people who use Fiverr for their businesses, and I actually used Fiverr back in the day to make this shot. Rolling. Action. That's my good buddy Jacob vaporizing Ben. I used Fiverr to make that shot because I don't know anything about CGI as well. So I went to Fiverr, I looked up 3D artists, and I found my buddy Edwin. And Edwin took my design that Vince did, and he made it into this. And here it is, folks. This is the 3D image of the mask, and it looks amazing. I love this mask. I love how it turned out. And he was able to do a couple of different designs for me for this image, making not only a hollow 3D print, but also a buck 3D print. Now, what is a buck? We'll get into that in the next segment, so let's hurry up and talk about our last collaborator, my buddy Moose of the Starforge. So now we've reached 3D printing a prototype of the mask, and this was done by our friends over at the Starforge, aka Moose. Moose is a really cool guy. We've actually been emailing each other back and forth throughout this whole project. I highly recommend if you need something done and you need it printed, like 3D printed, go to the Starforge, link in the description. And then once all that was said and done, we sent over the STL files, which is the file used for 3D printing, over to Moose, And Moose was like, okay, this is how he charged me. He actually charged me by how long it took and how much filament he used. And eventually, we got to this. Here it is. This is a 3D print, a solid 3D print of that design by Edwin. And based off of Vince's work. And this is so, it's so surreal holding something that you've been working on for months. And you're holding it in your hand physically. Now, as you can see, it's solid. You can't wear this because that would be really heavy. But this is actually what is called a buck. Now, bucks are used for vacuum forming. Vacuum forming is a really cool way that you melt plastic and you suck it through a vacuum forming table, and basically the plastic takes the shape of whatever buck you're using. One of my favorite examples of this is the original Stormtrooper armor. That was all made from vacuum forming. So this is a buck, and we're going to be making vacuum formed masks from this buck. And I'm so excited to get to this next step of the project. Now, I don't have a vacuum former currently, but eventually we will. Next couple of months, we've been saving up for a vacuum former, and boom, we will start making actual masks. And that's where I kind of come in. Though I was the original designer of this design, I haven't really been contributing to the project, but now I get to, because once we have the pulls from the vacuum forming, it'll be my job to trim them, to sand them, to paint them, to put fabric into the mask, strap them up, and get them ready for wear, and that is when we can send them out to you. So keep following us here on YouTube, and keep following us on Instagram, and we will have news about how you can eventually pick up your own Happy Ghost mask. But that's not all, folks. Moose was very kind. We had a couple of hiccups during the process, and I won't go into that now. Me and Moose, we got it together. We did what we had to do. But Moose was so kind. The Starforge is an amazing company that they were able to rectify the problem by sending us a hollow 3D print of the mask. And this is as close as we're going to get to having the actual mask until we get the vacuum former. But this thing is hollow. You can wear this. This is a full wearable mask. It doesn't really fit my face very well because I have a large face. I'll have to wear a balaclava or something. But I had it on Megan the other day. Here's a picture of Megan wearing it. And it's going to be awesome. And this is going to be, when I finish, filling in all the layer lines and painting it, this is going to be what I like to call Paint Master. So everything I do to this mask will be done to those masks that we eventually vacuum form from the vacuum forming table. But it is so cool that Moose sent this over. This thing is amazing, and I love looking at it. It puts a smile on my face. And there you have it, folks. That's where I've been. I have been working on prototyping and making this a reality. I'm so excited to eventually get these vacuum formed and into your hands. So please keep up with Backyard Zombie. We have some videos coming out very soon. But we will be dropping news very soon as we get it for when you can eventually purchase your own mask. This is going to be so cool. It's going to be a really cool project. And I'm hoping to do variants of this mask in different colors, maybe do some one-of-a-kind runs. I don't know, but if you guys are interested, please comment down below, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe here on YouTube. And hopefully, we will see you in the next video, brought to you by Backyard Zombie, and maybe you'll see the Happy Ghost. See you next time.